Okay, the recording started. Hello people, this is going to be the first video of my playthrough in Pathfinder WotR Lich, playing as a Human Sorcerer with the Arcane Bloodline. We will be picking up the Undead Bloodline later on, and this character will be going on the Lich Mythic Path. The reason why I chose the Arcane Bloodline first is because of school power. So this character is going to be going for 20 levels in Sorcerer, so no multi-classing, just a straight up single class. So yeah, the reason why we went for the Arcane Bloodline first is I wanted to get the Arcane Bloodline Arcana to get the +1 DC to all my spells that I use meta magic feats, because we will be picking up the persistent, it should be, I think it's the persistent meta magic. Let me just find it here. Yeah, the persistent. So whenever we cast a spell that has a saving throw, the enemy will have to make 2 saving throws, and it will take the lower one. The level increase is 2 levels, but we will be picking up the it should exist, I think, the favorite meta magic for persistence. So that we actually only get a 1 level increase, which is going to work with our Arcane Bloodline Arcana, and also School Power Necromancy, so that we get so that we can cast our level 8 now Necromancy spells like Soul Reaver and Horrid Wilting. Has level 9 spells, and also that Clutch as well. So these spells will be cast at level 9. They will get the +2 DC from here, and also the +1 DC from the Arcane Bloodline Arcana. The reason why I chose Lich is because, first of all, we can combine the spellbooks together, so that we will actually be a level 30. We will have a caster level of 30 in the end. And also because, well, Lich is a very cool mythic path to take. And also we will also get like a couple of extra spells at certain levels. We will get the bonus to our concentration checks, which is okay, and then when we get level 20 we will get Arcane Apotheosis, which will give us the ability, which will make us pass all concentration checks immediately. We also get I also took Centipede Familiar to get a bonus to will saving throws. Since I already played the game once, I finished the game as an Azat Arcanist. I noticed that at least for me, I find that will saving throws are existing here throughout the whole game and it just like helps you a lot. Then there's like some casters which cast like phantasmal webs. I think it's no, it's Phantasmal Killer, and there's also one more. Is it Phantasmal Web? Yeah, it's Phantasmal Web. And those guys have a pretty high DC for that stage of the game, and so it's nice to have a good will save to help you against those against those spells. Yeah, like Arcane Bloodline, picking up the Undead Bloodline later on, since like we'll be going with necromancy spells and well being a lich as well, it's gonna help us a lot. We will also get the extra resistances and damage reduction, and later on we will get the damage reduction 5 against everything once we reach level 20. I took the Knowledge World extra class skill. We chose Netis for our background. We will be playing this as a neutral character. So even though Lich is mostly evil, my character is gonna be more role-played as somebody who chose Lich out of necessity and not for search of just power. The Scholar Arcane background because I wanted to get the Scribe Scrolls bonus feat. It's just something useful that can come up later on because we have a very high use magic device and we will be going 20 ranks into it, and so I can scribe scrolls and use them if the need if the need comes for them. What else is there? Yeah, I took the point blank shot and the precise shot feats immediately because we're humans, we get an extra feat. You pretty much want to get these two as quickly as possible if you're playing a ranged character, and also anybody that uses ranged attacks, or because you're a sorcerer, we use ranged touch attacks a lot. Another thing that we're also gonna be getting is the where is it? The Meta Magic Reach. We're gonna get Reach, and we're also gonna take the favorite Meta Magic Reach as well, so that our any touch attacks that we have that are melee are gonna become close range. So they are gonna become range touch attacks instead of melee touch attacks, and so that's why we dumped strength. Pretty like decent spread of attributes. We're gonna be putting 5 points into charisma. That's why I went with a 19 in charisma, because there's no need for a 20. Just a normal spread. We took the bonus bloodline feat, spell focus necromancy, because again we're going to be focusing a lot of necromancy spells, getting spell focus and greater spell focus with the spell focus mythic, which will be a total of +4, and this is a +2, and this is a +1, so we will be getting around a +6 or +7, depending on if we use meta magic on the saves for our necromancy spells. Anything else that there is? Yeah, we chose human because of skilled, so to get additional skills, so we don't have to sacrifice intelligence by too much. And yeah, I think this is pretty much about the character. As I said, like, we will be going for a neutral Lich, so we will have to balance a lot of the good and evil choices that exist in the game. For the first spells, I took Mage Armor and Snowball because I will be getting Magic Missile on level 3, so I don't need to take Magic Missile at first level, although it is one of my favorite spells to get. Also, there is a really nice interaction with Magic Missile and the Lich power called Withering Life. But yeah, it's probably gonna be our first Lich power that we get. because the Withering Life says that whenever you deal damage with a spell to a living creature, that creature will also take 1 point of attribute damage to either their physical attributes, so strength, dexterity, and constitution, or to their mental attributes, intelligence, wisdom, and charisma. Magic Missile does damage up to 5 times when you reach level 9, and if you hit every one of them, and Magic Missile is a guaranteed hit, but if it is affected by spell resistance, so we have to keep that in mind. And there's also some spells that can negate Magic Missile, like for example Shield. It negates Magic Missiles, and so you have to keep that in mind when you're fighting enemies. But basically, once you reach caster level 9, so when you're level 9, and you cast Magic Missile on somebody with the Lich Mythic Power, Withering Life, they should pretty much get them a 5 attribute damage to their either physical attributes or their mental attributes. So it's quite strong, in my opinion. I think it's very good when you're fighting. At least once you get that, because it is achieved at level 3 at Mythic rank 3, which you get quite early on in the game. Until you start encountering enemies that are immune to ability damage, then it gets kind of it's kind of a dead power then. But otherwise, it's really nice, because like just casting 2 times Magic Missile on somebody will make that enemy get minus 10. Let's say, for example, their physical attributes. So that's a minus 5 to strength modifier. So any melee attacks will get they will have a minus 5 to what they normally is. So let's say they have like 20 strength, now they have 10. Oh, now look, instead of getting a plus 5 to strength, they now have a plus 0. So you basically made them lose 5 damage and 5 attack roll on their melee attacks. The same goes for dexterity, but in addition to losing 5 dexterity, 5 modifier to dexterity that is, they'll also lose 5 armor class, making it much easier to hit them with your allies. Losing 5 constitution is 5 health, 5 health per level, that is, which is a lot actually. Like example, 10 levels you lose 50 HP because of that. So that's the kind of the reason I will probably be taking that Lich power once we reach that mythic rank. I might take something else depending on how I feel, but I think that once I saw that Lich power, I was pretty much set on taking it whenever I could, if I'm playing as a spellcaster, because I just thought it was quite strong, especially if you also have companions that are undead, or you give them a spell that we're gonna get called Blessing of Unlife, which makes it so that your living allies that in a way temporarily become like undead. So they get undead resistances, immunities, and stuff like that. So with that we can basically cast something like a fireball and hit our front line. They're gonna take damage from it, but they will not be they will not take attribute damage from it if it take Withering Life, because they will be immune to that, because they will not be counted as living creatures. So that's the beginning. of this. That's how I'm gonna be playing this character. But yeah, like, and let's start the game.
I'll go ahead.
So this is the first area that you're gonna be taken in. I skipped the initial like dialogue that happens. But yeah, let's just see what's gonna happen here after a couple of things that we do in this area.
I know the way.
Punching the guy or just drinking some beer? That is ale. Well, I think we'll be drinking some ale. Let's drink a toast to celebrating this festivity. Oh no. I will like leave the text up for a couple of seconds so that you guys can read it. You can like pause and read if you want. But mostly I will be going like through the text. If there's some like interesting things going on, I will probably leave it. I will leave them to finish saying it. And if there is no voice acting, I might do it myself. I've seen you somewhere before. Who is the Scary? What's the situation in the city?
Who knows? Everything's on fire. Crashing down around our ears. The place is crawling with demons. Looks like a whole army attacked the city. We're sitting ducks.
Care to lend me a weapon? I'll try to fight the demons.
Sure thing. Here, take this. Best crossbow I've got. The person who made it said it can pierce the hide of a demon lord even. Good luck. Try not to get eaten now.
A mortal gnat snaps its jaws at the Lord of Locusts.
Oh shit. Well, that was an interesting introduction. We're level 1 and we're already fighting a demon lord. I forgot to let you guys see. Okay. So there's one thing I'm gonna do here. I just have to check out if I did. Yeah, only active. So this is a little trick that you can do in the start of the game. So make sure that in the difficulty, if you're playing, I'm playing. I actually forgot to. I'm playing on a bit of a lower difficulty. I'm not like I'm going. I think it's like casual, but I did a few changes. Most of the things that I do is always. We can. Yeah, this is what. I lower. I make the party damage to party just 0.5, so 50% damage taken. But I increased the number of enemies that exists. Mostly because technically that's considered you can get more experience out of this. The thing that you can do is at the start of the game, before you meet any of your of the companions, you make sure that these two only active companions receive experience and only skilled user receives skill check experience is turned on. That way you will actually get a lot more experience out of here.
Holy mother of... Hey, stay with me. Actually, not really. You fell down into a black hole. But at least you're not on your own. You've got a great companion. Everything's going to be just fine. Tell me something. Can you feel your legs?
So normally, if you have that setting turned off, so that only active companions receive experience. If that setting is turned off, you would only get 250 experience out of this. But since it's turned on, you actually get way more. You get triple that amount, and it's a good way of, in a way, let's say, jump starting your character.
I feel him all right. Wouldn't say no to a little less feeling in him. My ankle's killing me, but my back seems to still be in one piece. My head, too. That's all that matters. Now, we're going to... Hey! Fancy meeting you down here. You're the one that Terendelev healed today, right? You aren't injured, are you? Will you help me get her out from under the boulders?
Let's try it. And we succeeded. Nice. Again, so normally you would get, I think it's like maybe 20 experience or so. Like you would get a very small amount of experience, but because we have those settings turned on and we succeeded at the skill check, we get way more experience. And now what we do is we go back to the difficulty. This is a bit of a cheesy strategy, but normally what happens is that if this setting is turned on, then whenever you meet a new companion and they join your party, they will automatically be at the experience that the game designated it to them. So normally these two companions that you first meet, they're gonna be at they should be at 0 experience, and I also think the third one as well. But there's some companions that start at a higher level. But basically, if this setting is turned on, they will start at that experience that the game set for them. If we turn it off, we're gonna keep this also turned off now. So
Look at you! It's good to meet someone who uses brains first and brawn second. Damn it all. I think it's broken. Oh well, I've had worse. I'll just make myself a splint out of something. Well, I'm Sela, paladin by the grace of Iomade. I crossed the whole continent to come to Mendev and fight demons. And well,
I've been fighting for a while now. I don't even want to think what might be happening up there in the city. Canabres has lost the protection of Terendelev, and of the Wardstone too, looks like. It's a relic without equal. It was placed here personally.
Yeah, things are looking grim enough, but
Um,
Wardstone or no, Dragon or no, Canabres will never give in. Simple as. Well, we've introduced ourselves. What about you?
so, we are gonna go with I'm led by destiny. I don't know why fate has brought me here, but I feel it was not by chance.
Destiny is destiny. So it's either one or the other. Either fate is having a right old laugh at your expense, or Lady Luck sent you to us for a reason.
Fate isn't what brought us here, and fate won't get us out either.
Now then, I'll hobble my way out of here somehow.
To summarize, there are 3 of us with 5 working legs, 3 pairs of decent hands, 2 clear heads, and 1 made of wood. That's mine. Underground monsters beware!
Okay, so the reason why we did that, we turned those it on while we were in the dialogue, and then after we got experience we turned it off, is so that now our character, because he got way more experience out of those well, progressions of the story and the skill check. Now, because it's turned off, our companion also received that same amount of experience as well. Normally, if it was turned on when we meet her and we accept her in our party, she would be at 0. But since we didn't, as I said, it is a bit of a cheesy strategy. It's something that I do to kind of kick off my characters faster, to get into a faster start. But yeah, I mean, it depends on. There are not gonna be a lot of cheesing around here, so you guys don't have to worry too much about it.
I know what to do.
Together,
Okay. We got some weapons. We're gonna be using a crossbow for now because our strength sucks. So at least we have a decent chance to attack with a ranged weapon. As for the Cloak of Resistance, let's get to our Paladin for now, so that she can have better reflex saves as well. Okay.
That is not far.
Who's there?
poke my eye out with that thing, alright? We fell down here during the attack. I'm Sela, that's Anevia, and this is our new friend. We're looking for a way back to the surface.
Really? I'm so ever glad to hear it. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Camellia. I was also in the square when... I can scarcely believe it. I can't argue with that. We're fortunate to be alive, albeit underground.
Daskari himself has come to Canabres. There's no mistaking that ugly mug.
We've seen how powerless they truly are. Henceforth, we shall have no one but ourselves to rely on, I suppose.
Tell me more about yourself.
Who am I? Just an ordinary citizen who decided to take a stroll through the square on the day of the festival. But that's not what you wish to know, is it? You most likely wish to know whether I'll be a burden should you ask me to join your group. No need to worry about that. I can assure you that I am skilled with a rapier, and I also possess some knowledge of magic. I don't know. He must have been in the square when disaster struck. I tried to revive him, but he was already dead, sadly.
He didn't get these wounds from the fall. Be on your guard. Whatever killed him likely hasn't gone far.
Hang on. I think I know him. His name's Aravashniel, the egghead from the library. He was a good lad, even if he was kind of stuck up. May his soul rest in peace.
Certainly. Survivors should stick together. It's only sensible. Who knows what else could be prowling about in these caves?
We need to keep moving. There must be a way back to the surface somewhere around here.
That's right. It would be the height of foolishness to survive a demon attack only to perish under a pile of rubble.
Let's see if this poor bloke has anything useful on him. Not to sound like a heartless brigand or nothing, but we kinda need all the supplies we can get right now.
Unfortunately, that guy only has a dagger. Well, it is a masterwork dagger, so at least that's something. But let's see. Oh yeah, I actually forgot. Now that we got those three, we're gonna turn this setting on back again. We're gonna keep this off so that everybody gets the experience. But yeah, let's just heal her up. Nice. She's full health.
A bright future awaits
Well?
us.
For now, we're gonna be turning on fighting defensively for them too, so that they get a higher bonus to AC. They actually should have 2 more, but for now it's not shown here. So it's gonna be much harder to hit those two.
I'll go ahead.
I'll cut you wide open. Save the last one for me.
I normally play with real time with pause, but if some fights require it, I might turn turn-based on. Usually people say that if there's a harder battle, you should go with turn-based because it makes it a bit easier. But you can do whatever you want. I personally prefer real time. In a way, it makes the game go a bit faster as well.
The spirits demand your blood.
So we have 2 companions at the moment. We have Sela, a lawful good human paladin. She is the iconic character for this game. She has pretty good attributes to start as. These are this dexterity required to get to the dodge feat. She starts with shield focus and dodge. That's very nice. She's a pickpocket, which is very interesting. Her story is quite good, I have to say. I quite like it. And yeah, she's going to be our frontline for most of the game. I'm not going to spoil anything, but yeah, you guys might know what will happen once we fully commit to being a lich. We have Camellia. She's a spirit hunter, which is an archetype for the shaman. I think she loses a few. That the archetype loses a few hexes, and you get spirit enchantment, which boosts your weapon for a minute, and you can use it a couple of times per day. It lasts. It gives a pretty nice enhancement bonus to your weapon, and also you can choose to add some modifiers once you reach level 5, and she starts off with being able to add Ghost Touch to the weapon. But yeah, she's a very nice companion. She can do solid damage in melee, and we will be mostly focusing her build to give her a nice crit with the rapier, and giving her spells to support the party and her own damage that she does. But yeah, let's change shirt. Yeah, this is all fine. We can't do anything at the moment. But yeah, as you can see, because enlarged, there's quite a few of these guys here. She took some damage. That's fine. another scale. It's important to keep at least one scale in your inventory.
The inheritor quickens my blade. No glory without risk.
Yeah, the reason, like, you want at least one scale to stick with you, so you don't wanna you don't wanna use both of them, and you're gonna see why later on, but it's gonna be quite a while until that happens.
Do not fear. Do not waver.
Go for their hearts!
Into the fray.
And Nevia is doing the work. Braces of armor, some money.
Follow my lead.
But yeah, as you can see, like, we get like 24 experience from a single centipede. I think normally you get like maybe 10, 12 or so. But yeah, that setting is gonna be basically turned on until we reach a new companion, and once you get a full party, it will permanently be off, so that everybody in our party will get experience. Because if you have a party of 6 people, then you might as well keep the setting off, because normally people who aren't in your party will not get experience that way.
The inheritor, guide my blade.
Okay.
As it should be.
Um,
Our victory is certain.
and yeah, the monitor lizard. Always interesting to see him. So, as you guys can imagine, well, since it is a lower difficulty, but he doesn't do as much damage, but a +5 to attack, I mean 15 AC, these are like fine stats, but wait, where is his, he should have poison, or did they remove that? Not sure then, but yeah, as you can see, like, his CR is 3, which is quite quite high for when we are level 1 characters. But luckily for us, we have a Nevia, who can pretty much do a shit ton of damage.
That is not far.
Okay, yeah. Now we're gonna meet 2 new companions, actually.
Can't just walk away. It's got to be here somewhere. When to look?
Lan, did you find it? Who is that?
The do-gooders here to save our mongrel souls, no doubt. Wait. They might know what's going on up there.
Demons are laying waste to Canobras.
Things are as bad as you say, then we all have to hurry.
You didn't come from the direction of the shield mace. Damn it. I couldn't care less about what's happening on the surface, but the maze.
I realize that you guys have your own troubles, but we need to be in Canabres. People are dying up there. Please, show us the way out.
Who are you? Tieflings?
Tieflings are the descendants of people who sullied themselves by mating with demons. Our ancestors would never sink that low. We are the underground crusaders, the children of the Crusade's finest.
Sadly, underground crusaders is a bit of a mouthful, so people usually just call us mongrels.
You just love repeating that, don't you, Lan? Mongrels. That's what the Uplanders call us. But we call ourselves Neathers.
No matter what you call us, it's not gonna stop our horns, hooves, or tails from growing.
I never heard of underground crusaders before.
Canabras, they're called mongrels. People say that they come up to the surface at night and eat anyone foolish enough to wander alone after midnight. To tell you the truth, I thought you guys were just a tale to tell kids at night.
That's human gratitude for you. Our forefathers suffered the consequences of demonic corruption, all to protect Mendev and Golarion. And for what? So we could become monsters used to frighten children.
Every mongrel has their own take on it. Our chief, for example, thinks of us as something like a reserve military force. He thinks we're standing by until the moment we're needed, and when we emerge on the surface and save the day, all the people will see how good we are, and they'll love us for it. Yeah, he leaves that last part out when he talks about it, of course, but it's easy enough to read between the lines.
What is this place?
This is the hall where we remember the glory of our forebears. Sorry about the mess. It doesn't usually look like this, trust me. Sometimes we even wipe the dust off the exhibits.
This is where the relics of the first Crusaders are displayed. Our lives are short. Our glories are quickly forgotten. But this place helps us to remember that we are just as worthy as anyone else. And that our lives are not lived in vain.
The first Crusaders? You've been down here that long? That's crazy.
What are you doing here?
That's none of your business.
We're looking for a holy sword. It was here, in the center, sticking out of a rock. The sooner we find it, the better. Some kids from our tribe took off for the shield maze. They figured it had collapsed, and now it's their time to go up to the surface, like all the legends foretold. Except they don't have a clue what's waiting for them up there. They're not fighters. And Saul, the chief of our tribe, is dead set against it. He says that now isn't the time for the underground crusaders to take up arms. If we get the holy sword, we might be able to change the chief's mind.
It's a fool's errand. None of us will be able to hold the sword, let alone use it to save anyone. It's not an ordinary weapon. It's made from righteous heavenly flame and will burn anyone who touches it. Do you think you're special, lad?
I'll pick it up with my teeth and tie it to my hand if I have to. It doesn't matter. An angel's sword and a troop of stalwart mongrels will be able to work a minor miracle. Speaking of which, you're still here, Wendu, which means that deep down, you know it's possible.
Maze? Does it really lead to the surface?
Yes. There are other ways up, but they are far from here. And after the earthquakes, there's a good chance they've collapsed.
When the ceiling and walls started shaking, the young ones in our tribe lost their heads. They figured the maze was going to collapse, so it was time to go up to the surface. They grabbed whatever weapons were on hand and ran off toward the maze. They think the maze is no longer a danger to them. They've been listening to Wendwog too much.
Don't try to blame this on me. Yes, I told them that our people are capable of making our way through the maze. In the future. But I always told them to wait until I had made a map of all the maze's dangers. I warned them 100 times. But it was no use. My words just went in one ear and out the other.
A sword of holy flame? How did it wind up down here?
It came here with its owner. A long time ago. 50,000 gongs to be precise.
70 years ago, in Uplander time.
50,000 gongs ago, our forebears found a dead angel here, along with the bodies of his comrades. The tribe gave them a dignified burial, and they were laid to rest with their weapons. But the flaming angelic sword was stuck in a rock, and no one was able to pull it out. It burned to the touch, like real fire. so the rock was placed over the angel's grave. It should be here somewhere.
Maybe the angel will dig himself out and find the sword for us. That might be our best shot in this chaos.
Lan, watch your tongue.
We'll find the sword faster if we work together. I'll help you.
Thanks. An extra pair of eyes can only help. The sword will be easy enough to spot. It looks, swordy. Help us, and in return, we'll get you out of here.
Now we're talking. Let's get to work. It's a good thing we all bumped into each other, isn't it?
What, you want to find the sword quickly, so the underground monsters bring you back to the surface? So be it.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I found something.
Now it's time to find the sword. Let me just check. Yeah, it's turned on for now.
I hope you appreciate this.
Nice. We also got a level up. But yeah, as I said, like we will be going single class mostly. It's not gonna be min-maxed multi-classing and whatnot for most of my characters.
Ready for anything.
I'm just basically doing things like fun builds, and I also kind of prefer mostly single classes. Now we want to get persuasion and muse magic device. Actually, we'll go like this for now. Okay. We got Sela for Paladin. And this too. Like that, yeah. Camellia. Trickery and Low Religion for her. And we're gonna be picking up Ice Plant. So this will give her +2 a natural armor bonus to AC. That's the first hex that we get for her. And after that we will be picking, at level 4 we will be picking up Battle Master, because we will then later on get weapon specialization at level 8 and greater weapon focus at level 16. Normally greater weapon focus is, I'm pretty sure it's you need to be a fighter for that. Greater weapon focus. If I remember correctly, you need to be a level 8 fighter or something like that. Or it was for greater weapon specialization, but basically we will be getting an extra bonus to attack rolls and weapon specialization +2 damage. And we'll be picking up those things for the rapier. Yeah, that's her. What you want to check out always is check your spellbook after level up, so to see for your prepared spell slots, so you don't lose any of them. It happened to me quite a few times because I wasn't used to the Pathfinder system. But yeah.
I know the way. Time's not waiting.
Oh well.
No, what is that?
What a find!
What's that there?
Follow
What
my
do we
lead.
have here?
Poranelia. And look at that, the holy sword. I will not be reading all of this. I will leave it here for some time so that you guys can pause and then read it. Let's see. Kaiser. Let's try to... I'm gonna try to heal. Let's try to recognize... Let's try to resist malign influences. We succeeded, nice. As I said, like, we get much more experience out of this if we turn that setting on. But yeah. Even though we're gonna be playing as a Lich, as I said, we're not going for an evil playthrough, so we will save and protect the innocent. Even though we are going to be a master of death, we're still going to value life. We just want to, let's say, give a birth to a certain goddess.
Hey, are you alright? You were kinda glowing just now.
Okay.
Was it the light of heaven? But how?
Okay, we got the experience, so we can now turn the setting off. Apply.
What did you do with it? Where did it go?
It's only us here. Your group, you, me, Wendu, and the light of heaven that sort of got, sucked into you. Any chance you can whip it out again? We do kinda need it. Sorry, I crack jokes when I get nervous. And when I'm up.
And what if he can't make it happen?
I'll just... Okay. I think I saw the memories of Lariel, the angel who died here.
Lariel? That really was Lariel? The angel from the legends. The ancestors even got his name right on the gravestone. The chief will be thrilled.
You. Thousands of gongs and no one's been able to touch it. And now you, an ordinary creature of flesh and blood, no different to us. Get the sword and start talking about visions.
Now, Wentwog, don't be a sore loser. He is clearly different from us. The sword appeared before him, along with the angel's name and all that other stuff. I know you're willing to tear anyone apart to uphold our people's honor, but you and Sol, you just refuse to face the truth. We are the way we are because our ancestors' bodies were corrupted by the abyss. It does the same thing to plants and animals. There's nothing heroic or special about it. It doesn't make us better, and it doesn't make us worthier.
It seems I can control it.
That is just... wow, I mean, that's amazing. Heaven has truly blessed you.
Let me just check. Now we turn this on. No, wait. Yeah, it has to be turned off. Okay.
This power is the most majestic thing I've ever seen in all my life. Is this what the sun is like, Lan?
Yes, it's similar, but this light is more golden. Chief Sol needs to see this. Now that we have the power of angels on our side, he can't say no. He'll have to assemble a troop to storm the maze. You Uplanders care about your kids, right? Help us save ours. Without them, we won't survive. And then, the perils of the maze won't be so bad if we go together. We'll make our way through it and find the way to Canabras.
Lead us to your chief, and I'll decide if I'm going to help you or not.
Let's go. We'll take the short route. Well, the only route, really.
And now we get Windwag and Lan as our companions. Let's just check Ah, there's some stuff here. We didn't miss anything. So, LAN is... well, let's just first
I'm all ears.
open up their character sheet. So, LAN is a lawful neutral mongrel, a Zen archer. So, he's an archetype of monk who is very proficient with the bow. So, normal monk stuff, he applies them to his bow. Like, for example, key arrows, where he uses his unarmed damage instead of the damage of the bow. So, where is it? Yeah, it's here. So basically, his unarmed damage increases as the higher level he is, and also if he's small or large, then his damage. If he's small, it's lower than normal, and if he's large, then it's higher. So, like for example, at level 20, he would deal 2d10 damage if he's medium size. If he was small, he would deal 2d8, and if he was large, he will deal 4d8. So that's some things to keep in mind. Normally, if you play as an archer, if you go 5 levels into him, you pretty much want to go up to level 20. Because at level 5 when he at level 5 the key arrows, this is always applied, so your damage gets increased a lot at higher levels than after that. So for example, it's 1d8 from levels 4 to 7 and 1d10 at level 8, and then so on and so forth. And that's why Zen archers, you either dip a couple levels into him or you just go straight up to 20. And Wenduak, she's a neutral evil mongrel. She's a fighter. They're both your archer classes. Wenduak has much higher dexterity, but Lan has well, I mean they both have a +3, but Lan has also a pretty good wisdom, and well, he can get like you can just get a +1 when you get level every 4 levels. You can get like his wisdom to an 18 and then his strength to an 18 as well. Dexterity, you technically don't need it as high because where is it? Yeah, at level 3 Zen Archery, you can use your wisdom instead of dexterity for range attack rolls. But yeah, so we're gonna be making Lan 2 levels. We're gonna get the Way of the Bow, and we're gonna be picking up the Longbow and as an archer bonus feat. Just straight up, these are good. Pretty much in the early parts of the game, Lan is gonna be very good for athletics and mobility skill checks. And we're gonna be picking up Precise Shot. So there is one thing about monks, they get flurry blows. Noted, you have to know that flurry blows doesn't work. You can't use rapid shot or many shot as a Zen archer, so that's why there's a thumbs down for rapid shot. We're gonna be picking up the longbow, and also so he gets the weapon focus for longbow. For Wenduak, low nature perception. Let's give her the longbow as well. Like, she has a decent spread, but normally I prefer having
Meditate on your mistakes.
I prefer
You feel better.
I prefer having Lan over Wendwag as my archer, and it's actually gonna
The mongrel did it.
this is gonna come up.
That is not
Do
far.
not fear. Do not waver.
The choice is gonna come up. You will see pretty much very soon.
I'll go ahead.
No glory.
I actually missed something. It's alright. But yeah. We got an ability called Light of the Angels.
I am prepared.
So we can use this to give people around us one HP, one temporary HP. It's alright in the early game. Like, it can save you from like having to use potions or healing spells.
Thanks, Lan. You're so awesome, Lan.
And also, well, now usually at this point you could turn it on until you get other companions, but for me at least, actually I will, because you can get to level 3 pretty fast if you do if you put this on after you meet Lan and Mindwalk, because now we have okay experience, but we can get pretty much. We can get level 3 pretty soon.
I found something.
Follow my lead.
Thanks, Lan. You're so awesome, Lan.
As it should be.
What's that there?
Did we find trouble? No, they did.
Ah, we got hit. Yeah, and that's why that one extra HP can matter. At least on the lower difficulties, you can pretty much. Let's see, where was it? Yeah. So yeah, they deal 1d4 -2. So I don't know how much it would do in the hard difficulties, but because of the settings, we only take like half damage.
That is not far.
I mean, the damage setting matters mostly in the earlier parts of the game, not so much because like later on enemies can still do a lot of damage. So she's asking us to not show the light to the chief. while Lan is persistent that we should show the light to the chief, so that he can basically, well, gather the tribes of the mongrels. Yeah, we got fatigued here now. Let me just check. It's turned on. That's fine. I think you get like 250. No, I think it's like I think you get like 500 or I can't remember exactly how much experience, but you get way less if you have that setting turned off. So, and it basically doesn't matter in the first parts of the game until you meet your companions, because as I said, like they get the same XP as you do if the setting is turned on. If the setting is turned on at the moment you accept them. Is there someone else from the surface here? So we can either show the light or not. If we show the light, then Lan will take us to the shield maze, and if we don't, then Wenduak will take us through the shield maze. As I said, I personally prefer Lan more, and also there's other things that matter if you show the light as well, or if you don't. Let's show the light. I'm not responsible for others' decisions. So as you can see, Wenduak did not take kindly to what we did. And yeah, as I said, this actually matters, because now Wenduak actually leaves the party. If you did the other way around, if you didn't show the light, then Lan would have left the party.
I know the way. Oh yeah, we're a sorcerer.
Mm, let's try to get more money out of him. Eh. And we rolled a 4. Oh well, close. Okay, it, just accept. I mean, I would accept it either way. Like, you just basically have to. You do what you do usually, and the guy will give you 1,000 gold for it, or 2,000 if you succeed the check. But yeah, there is technically no reason other if you're like role playing for roleplay reasons to deny to reject his offer. Because either way, like you have to go to the surface, and he will give you 1,000 gold for it. Let's get some loot around here.
As it should be. That is not far.
And there you are. How's the leg?
I'll go ahead.
Let's just sell these unnecessary things and get some money out of it. But yeah. Okay.
I know the way.
Yeah, my spellbook is fine. She doesn't have spells yet.
Follow my lead.
And let's go take a rest. And As you might notice, Windwalk's gone. Let's go, there's no time to lose. Well,
As it should
those
be.
quests are done. And yeah, it's turned on. So as I said, like we're almost like we're pretty close to level 3. Normally you would be like level 2 and something. So yeah. Yeah.
That is not far.
They were great against our resolve.
Oh, yeah.
You crossed the wrong mongrel.
Armored the lizard, but now it's easier. Ah well. Damn, Sol looks like a vampire-ish? But yeah, mongrels sure look interesting. This guy looks like he has ice on his face. But yeah, I think that I will make a cut here. A little showcase of the first
Together we
part
stand.
of the game. So let's just do a save right here. So yeah, hope you guys will enjoy the first part of the playthrough, and I'll see you guys next time.